All right, shifting focus to our story number 2. We're talking about the new president in Sri Lanka. Agitators in Colombo have said that peaceful protests will continue as they demand the newly elected president Ranil Wickremesinghe's resignation. Remember, earlier Ranil Wickremesinghe was sworn in as the interim president soon after Gotabaya Rajapaksa abandoned the country and ran away. The six-time Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe secured 134 out of 223 votes, getting a clear majority over the other two candidates. This was the first time in Lankan history that a president was elected by the House, but Ranil's role in failing to lead the embattled country has already drawn criticism from Sri Lankans. The new president will serve the remaining tenure of Gotabaya Rajapaksa till November 2024.
People of Sri Lanka wanted a just system, democratic system. But we know Ranil Wickremesinghe was brought by Rajapaksa regime in order to cover their brutal system. Therefore, we want to state that as the protesters of Sri Lanka, as the non-violent protest movement, peaceful protests will go on against Ranil Wickremesinghe and the corrupt system. So our action plan is very clear. The second thing is that Ranil Wickremesinghe must resign, that we keep on insisting that Ranil Wickremesinghe should step down.
This particular decision, this particular parliament only throughout took undemocratic, uncouth decision against the wish of the people. Therefore, we have not been astonished as protesters of the Goldface. We have unanimously decided to continue with this particular struggle. We have to throw out this particular Ranil Wickremesinghe as we did for the executive presidents. At the same time, we are proposing People's Council just to give power to the people. We know at the moment there's no way to people to show their mandate, actual mandate, because these people are manipulated. This particular parliament is always manipulating the people's wish.
Hi, Fernando, sir. Now, Ranil Wickremesinghe is the new president of Sri Lanka. What was the mood inside the parliament when the decision was taken?
Oh, they were ecstatic, they were really happy. And I think the majority, I don't think it's just the Pohotua members who supported the RW voted, but there's clear indications that SJB, TNA, as well as parties representing the Muslim Congress, etc., has voted as well. So we were looking at a number of 120, but we got 134. So there's clearly others who have voted. We knew we were going to edge this out, but not with a resounding victory. But there'll be certain sectors who will always protest, but I don't think it will be something on the magnitude of what happened on the 9th. So I'm sure people will have hope, and we are here to deliver that.
All right, I'm joined by my colleague Priyank on the broadcast, who's been reporting from Sri Lanka on this big update. Priyank, it seems like a new dawn in Sri Lanka, but it seems that people are not happy because they think that Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe is an ally of Gotabaya Rajapaksa. What is the sense in Colombo? What is the sentiment in people as far as the new president is concerned?
Yeah, certainly for that, we are joined by Danish. You might remember his face because he was a poster boy who had gone inside the National Broadcasters TV office, and he was the one who was inside. Danish, what next? Because Ranil has once again become the president, and the world has seen your face, that he's the man who had gone inside the TV broadcasters office.
Next, we are hoping Ranil to leave right now, and because from our demands, we started the first demand as first demand to Gota to leave, go home. Then the second one is Ranil to go home.
We might have to move inside because the camera is there. Yeah, while we are talking, it has started raining.
Yeah. So we ask Gota to leave, and then we are asking Ranil to leave. And that's what we are working on, and the protest will not stop. We'll keep on continuing the protest, and this protest will show to the world that only way that people's power will get the solution for the corrupted politicians in the world. So,
since you're here again, let us tell to our viewers that what made you, go inside the, national broadcasters office, because we are from also media, and people were feeling that why this man has captured media.
See, we went there asking them, letting them know that national broadcast have to be independent network where it will work in independently, not biased to any political party or any political leader. But that's not being happening. I don't know whether it's the same in India. It's not being happening. So there are other channels, other broadcasts, they'll work, but doesn't matter because they are private companies. They can do whatever they can. But still in media, they have to be independent. So
yeah, I understood your point. Now you tell us, because we have short of time, that since Ranil Wickremesinghe has been given the power from the people's representative who are inside the parliament, 134 feet, votes, which is a thumping majority, why you people are opposing it?
it's what you said, people's representations are only being voted, not people, right?
Okay.
So people power is here. People showed it to you, capturing the president house, prime minister's official house, the temple trees, and also prime minister's secretariat, prime minister's office, president's secretariat. It's being captured, and we have given everything back, and we just hold this prime minister's office, presidential secretariat. So people got the power, not Ranil Wickremesinghe or anyone in the parliament. No one have the power right now.
The world wants to know what next.
For the world, we say the protest will continue. Ranil have to leave, and we won't show anyone as a leader. We have an action plan where the 6 major points are contained. One is Ranil, Gota go home, Ranil go home. The Rajapaksa regime who's being coming under Rajapaksa, they have to leave and find special solutions for the current issues, and also come up with the constitutional reforms and change the executive presidency and come up with a new constitution and go for election.
How much time it will take?
Within a year.
Within a year,
Yeah.
but the
And
government,
with the people's
government is till February 2022. So don't you think you could have waited for this?
For what? Then nothing has been done till today.
To once again to go and cast your vote and bring a new government.
No point of voting to these corrupted people. We want to first change the system from top to bottom, bottom to top. We have to change everything. That's what the country, because 74 years this country has, we can't name any leader. And we are youngsters in Sri Lanka, we are not ready to name anyone. You will be the next, he's the next leader or anything. We don't appreciate anyone.
So there's a loss of hope which is there being seen against the politicians here.
Yeah, because politicians are corrupted. And in South Asia, normally they have the hero worship thing now. Sri Lanka, it got big time. In India, we say for actors and actresses and things like that. In Sri Lanka, mainly for the politicians.
Right.
They heard this is a young man who was in the eye of the storm because of his action going inside the national broadcasters. So Mirna is the first channel who has managed speaking once again after that episode. And once Ranil has once again be swearing in tomorrow as the president, the protesters are certainly not going to go back. These tents will remain there. And as they have decided, it's going to be taking some more months for them to change the system altogether.
All right, thank you, Priyank, for that live report from Colombo. So this is the big update that we are getting for our viewers. Protesters are not going to relent. They want even Ranil Wickremesinghe gone. To understand this development better, I'm joined by a special guest on the broadcast, Dayasiri Jayasekara, who's Minister of Sri Lanka. So thank you so much for speaking to Mirror Now and making time. Now that your country has a new president, how do you see the way forward? Do you think, A, can he convince the people of Sri Lanka that he can actually solve all their problems? Or do you think that the anger against him and the Rajapaksas is so much that they need a new face in order to revive the country?
Invited me. Now we can see what the protesters are saying, because they don't want Ranil Wickremesinghe as a president, because they all wanted to go out Gota and go out Ranil Wickremesinghe, RW. So what has happened here is, now in Sri Lanka, today we had the election for electing interim president. He got 134 votes. It is actually manipulated by all means. Actually, I must tell you, as Ranil Wickremesinghe, he is a good leader. For last so many years, he was in the UNP leader, and he started his career in 1977. Became president in six time of Sri Lankan premier as well. And this is first time in his history became the president without getting the mandate of the whole people of this country. But in parliament, 134 votes he got.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for making time and sharing your perspective on this big development. We'll keep tracking what's unfolding in the island nation of Sri Lanka.